I was sitting on a park bench with a small bottle of beer in my hand, trying to calm my mind after an exhausting day at work. Next to me, an elderly man in simple clothes with a lost look in his eyes sat down, and after a while, he started a conversation. He began talking about the weather, but soon the discussion took a strange turn. "The world seems to be getting worse every day, doesn't it?" he asked, his voice laden with something that appeared to be more than mere sadness. I replied in the affirmative, without much enthusiasm. I just wanted to sit there in silence, drinking my beer, not wanting to think about anything, and especially not wanting to talk to anyone. He continued, "Sometimes it feels like we're living in a nightmare that never ends." I listened in silence. He let out a low laugh, but there was no joy in it. After an uncomfortable pause, he turned to me, and with his eyes fixed on mine, he said, "Have you ever stopped to think that Earth might be the hell of some other planet?" I was left speechless, and ended up laughing nervously, trying to process what he had just said. But he did not laugh. His eyes never wavered, and there was a seriousness in his tone that made me shudder. "Think about it," he continued. "The suffering, the wars, the diseases, the despair. Doesn't it seem like what one would describe as hell? And what if we're here paying for something we don't even remember doing?" I remained silent and even thought about arguing, but my mind was spinning. The man slowly got up, as if carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, and before leaving, he left me with one final phrase. "It's no wonder that no one can escape from here." I recalled something I once read. If you're in hell, keep walking. But what if there is no escape? What if we are condemned to repeat the same mistakes, to live in an endless cycle of suffering and pain, never to find redemption? The man in the square had planted a seed that grew like a weed in my mind. And now, looking at the world, I see that perhaps he was right. Perhaps this really is hell, not a place of fire and brimstone, but one of silent agonies, an existence in which the burden of being alive is the true punishment. Now, when I think of the future, I see only shadows. Technology advances, but it brings isolation with it. Nature is slowly dying, while humanity fights over mere crumbs of power and money. We are digging our own grave, and yet we continue blindly, believing there is a way out. If this is the hell of another planet, perhaps the cruelest thing of all is our inability to recognize it. We keep living, working, loving, dreaming, but deep down, something always feels wrong, like a prison you cannot see, but can feel all around you.